Hi, this is 365801 and this is my Mangahaul video for the month of June 2021. Hello everyone, I hope you all had a really good June with Pride Month and that you were able to get a good lot of reading done. I unfortunately have not been able to get as much reading done as I would like. I have been very busy with in real life stuff, with everything opening up a little bit more and people getting out and about. I have more responsibility to actually leave the house and do things, and so I don't get enough reading time, or maybe just not as much as I have had this year. I've been spoiled. Anyway, as you can see, I have a nice little stack there. It is more than 7, but not too much more. I have 9 volumes here, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think any of them are new. I mean, they're new, a couple of them are new, I bought them new, but they're not new titles, they're not from 2021, I don't think they're from even 2020, so there's not a lot of brand new fantastic titles that are like shiny and sparkly and new in that sense. So if that's not your jam, that's cool. Don't worry about it. But what I do have is the white whales. Yes, the white whales. I have some white whales in this month, and I am so excited. So excited to have them. I've got a few that add to the collection. I've got a few that continue series. It's a nice little stack. I'm really glad about the ones that I have. So yeah, let's just get on into it. Now the first 2 that I'm about to show you are ones that I got from Amazon, and yes, I do buy from Amazon even now, even though I go on and on about how terrible they are. still buy stuff from Amazon. What can I say? I'm just like that. The reason is I've had these 2 in my cart for a long time and waited until they were reduced in price down to a really good price. So I was able to get them for a lot less than they are usually sort of advertised as. The first one, His House Volume 3 by Hajin Yu, was only £7.71, so I was really happy about that. And the other one is Intense Volume 2 Soft Sounds by Kyung-ha Yi, and that was £7.88. So together they were £15. So I'm really happy about that. It's a really good price for the 2 volumes. So as I said, £7.71 for Hajin Yu's Volume 3 for His House. I did manage to pick up Volume 1 earlier this year. I did read it for May, although I haven't spoken about it yet, or maybe I have. Maybe there's a video out. I don't know. I don't know how things are going with me in June. But yeah, I'm very happy to have Volume 3. As I mentioned previously, or maybe I didn't. I think I did in another video, probably for my May buzzword TBR, that you could read His House in full using Leshen's website and their wait until free service, which is great. Every single day you get a chapter, but you don't actually get a full chapter, you get a part of a chapter. So I read through the first volume of His House and then went on to Leshen thinking, oh, it won't take me long, but it's like nearing the end of June and I'm only just getting into Volume 2 on their website, so it's taking me ages, even though I'm like, did I go in and get my free chapter today so that I can actually read it, because I haven't picked up Volume 2 yet. So yeah, I picked up Volume 3 for £7, which is great. The cheapest I think I've seen Volume 2 is around £12 or £13, something like that, which isn't a terrible amount, and it would mean that I had a complete set. So I'm kind of holding out, but I'm also thinking I should probably pick it up soon, but it's not like a huge draw, because I know I can read the story on Leshen's website. But this is a beautiful volume, all colour inside, and it's a lot more compact, so it felt like the story was really quick paced and I enjoyed it a lot. I already have my suspicions about these 2 characters, I already kind of have an idea, but I can't read volume 3 now because I need to read volume 2. But yeah, it's a good story so far, and it's much more engaging than I had thought it was going to be. It's still very surface and a bit silly, and it definitely has a sort of time period essence to it that I think maybe early Korean BL has. But yeah, I'm enjoying it though. His house is fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading volume 3 and finding out that yes, all of my suspicions were correct because I've been reading too much BL and I'm an old BL lady, as you would imagine. Now, the second Amazon title that I got was Intense by Kyung Ha-yi. This is volume 2. I bought volume 1, I think in January for a good price, and I got this one for £7.88, which is also pretty good. I have been keeping an eye out for getting them around the £6, £7 mark because they're actually very expensive. These two net comics ones are usually around £16, maybe even more. So yeah, getting them for half price is pretty good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, mainly because I now have volume 1 and volume 2. I could start the series and I could start reading it. You know I'm not going to though. We all know I'm not going to. I'm being honest here. I'm probably going to wait until I have it, and then even then I'll probably wait another year. As is my usual. But I really enjoyed Kyung Ha-yi's other work this year. What was it? Dreams of the Days or something like that, which was one of the first things I read this year, and I really enjoyed it. It was black and white like this one is. I've heard this one is a lot more intense. Yeah. Compared to that one anyway. So I kind of feel like it's one of those that I need to gird my loins for. There definitely are some BL stories that I feel like, am I going to enjoy this or am I going to just feel sad the whole time? Is this one of those depressing ones that's going to make me feel sad? And I kind of have a, feeling. People have said things and I think, okay, yeah, this one might make me sad. So I feel like I should just get the whole series first and then read it all the way through, like ripping off a bandage and be like, yep, you read it once, that's fine, good. Rather than reading it and then going, oh, this is terrible, now I have to go buy the others, which is also something that I would do. So yeah, I'm glad I have it though. It's beautiful. Like, I love the shininess of his house, but I love the matteness of Intense. It's got a lovely texture to the cover. It really feels nice. So it's such good quality actually, and lovely large trim print size. So these are nice, good quality works. Very happy to have in the collection. Now, this next title is the first of my white whales, one that I'm really excited about having in the collection, one that I've had my eye on, that I could have purchased for the price that I got this for, and then I couldn't purchase it for that price. I could only get it for a lot more. I'm really excited to have this now in my collection. It is one that I can now tick off, and it's also one that ended up being a lot more difficult to get hold of than I had originally envisaged. I can't say that word. Anyway, Endless Comfort. It's a Junei manga, Sakuya Sakura. I'm so happy to have it. It's actually lovely. It's beautiful, and the artwork on the cover is really, really nice. So I'm really happy to have it. I got it for, I think it was like £10.80 something, and then only like £1 something shipping. So together it was like maybe £12, which is the cheapest I have seen it go for on eBay. Someone put it up and I thought, oh, I'll definitely have to bid on that. That looks really good. That's something I don't have. And then I totally forgot to bid on it. And someone else got it. And I was like, well, it went to a good home. That's fine. But then I was annoyed because I know that they bought it for like £12.99 or something like that. They didn't pay a huge amount for it. And then I was like, oh, well, that's, still, for me at that point in time, was on the upper end of my buying, because at that point I was still only trying to go for like £3, £4, £5 titles, and knowing that the cost of these titles were gonna go up, and they did, and so it did. So I got this for around £12. I don't think it was more than £12, maybe a couple of pence more. But it came from one of the sellers I get from Europe, and they did not have this advertised for £12 on eBay, and they didn't have it advertised for £12 on Amazon, because they have a shop on Amazon, they have a shop on eBay, but they weren't advertising it there for £12. They didn't have it up for that cheap price. So even the same company will sell a title cheaper on a different platform than, the one that you might be on. So it really does pay to shop around. It really does pay to actually go to the different sites that the same seller will be selling the exact same thing on. I ended up getting this from Abe Books, which I know is also connected to Amazon, because Amazon now own everything. But I have not. I think I've purchased from Abe Books once. I haven't purchased from them for ages. Like a long time ago, I bought something through Abe Books. And every time I thought, oh no, everything's too expensive there. So I've been recently going over, because of the whole nonsense with eBay and Amazon and everything else. And I just think, okay, I'll give Abe Books a wee shot. And I found a couple of titles. One of the other titles will not be here for another few weeks anyway, which I'm also very excited about, and it's also a white whale, so look forward to next month, because I will have at least one title that I'm really excited about as a white whale. And this one is also a white whale that I was on the lookout for and tried to get, and managed to pick it up, and it came from one of my usual sellers, so endless comfort. It looks lovely, it looks silly, it looks fun, and I'm looking forward to having a good read of it, and I'm really happy to have it now in my collection. So yeah. It does pay. Shop around if you can, especially to get the bargains. Okay, so the next title is another white whale that I'm very excited to have, and I managed to get for a fairly good price. And I've tried to record this about 6 times, but I keep on going on a big ramble about VAT. I'm not going to do that now. Anyway, VAT was an issue with this order. It's Electric Hands by Taishi Zhao, a Doki Doki title, which I'm very excited to have. And I did get it for a really good price, because this is a very difficult title to get hold of for a good price, and I did manage to get it for only £12.99, which is actually, as we know, for these white whales, about £12.99 is actually quite a good, it's recommended retail price. So if you pay more than that, it's more than I want to. And £12.99 is okay. I then unfortunately had to pay VAT on it, which I'm not supposed to. Anyway, rant over, I'm not going to go through this again. But I'm very happy to have this in my collection. It's in quite good condition, and it is another Doki Doki title, so happy to have it. It's in a much better condition than I thought it was going to be in for where I was getting it, but it did get imported from, I think it was the US, so it did take a while to get here, but in pretty good nick, and nice to have another Doki Doki title. There is a couple more coming up, so if you're interested in Doki Doki titles, stay tuned for those too. Now the next title is also a Doki Doki title, but it's kind of an obscure one that isn't mentioned a lot of the time. I'm not entirely sure what it's about, if it falls under the shoujo, shonen, or yaoi, whatever. I don't know what category this falls under. It's called Wolf God. It's volume 1 by Tenkawa Ai. And yeah, it's another Doki Doki title. It was on my list because I thought it exists, I think, but I'd never actually seen it, and then I started looking for it online and found that it was quite expensive, or it was cheap, but then it was going to be expensive for me to get over from America. So it was like, you can get this for $5, but then there's $40 shipping added, and I'm like, no. And then I ended up seeing it on Book Depository for £6.95. And I was like, what? So I bought it. Yeah, £6.95. I was like, bargain, great. A £6 volume for brand new. That's not bad. It is brand new, as in it's no one else has had it, but it's not brand new because it's been sitting on someone's, in someone's warehouse for a long time. So but it's in pretty good nick considering. I'm really happy I've got it. It sounds like an interesting story, but I don't think it's necessarily yaoi. But it is under the Doki Doki imprint, so I thought I would get it. It's classed as manga drama supernatural, so as you would imagine, I'm really interested in what it might be about. But it does say volume 1, which does not bode well for the rest of the story, which obviously means that the rest of the story was never published. So it's the very first volume of a series that I can not read the rest of. But it is a Doki Doki title, and it adds to the collection, and I can tick it off as another one that I own now, and that I don't need to look for. And I got it for a really great price, so I'm kind of happy about it. Wolf God. Interesting. Now, the next ones that I'm going to show you are all ones that I got from eBay. Most of them are from World of Books. I think 3 of them I got from World of Books, and 1 of them from a private seller. I think the private seller one I might leave to last to show you. I think that one might be the most exciting white whale. The ones that were from World of Books are not white whales so much as they weren't terribly difficult to get, but I got them for good prices, so I'm happy about it. So yeah, let's get stuck into some of these. The reason I got all 4 at the same time is because I went away for work stuff, and then when I came back there was a big pile on my doorstep, which is like the best feeling ever, so I was very excited. So this first title that I got from World of Books is one that I actually already have in my collection. And I know what you're thinking, then why are you showing it to us? Why are you buying it again? There's a reason why I bought it again. This is Incubus Volume 1. This is a Kitty Media title, one that is an OEL. And yes, it is the last title that I need to complete for a complete Kitty Media set. But it's Volume 1 and I need Volume 3 to complete my set. But the Incubus Volume 1 that I purchased, I think it was last year, early in the year, so it's been a full year since I last got the volume, actually arrived from one of my usual sellers from Europe, damaged, and it was ripped inside. Some of the pages were torn in half, but the tear was very uniform and they weren't next to each other, so it kind of gave the impression that either someone had gone in and ripped out very carefully halfway down random pages, or it was a bookbinding error, as though during the bookbinding or printing process there had been an issue and my copy had been damaged. So it meant that I could read it, but I couldn't read the full story because I had a damaged copy. So I have a damaged copy, and now I have a not damaged copy. So I'm very happy because it came in absolutely fantastic condition, really, really good condition. The pages are still pretty white. It's in lovely condition outside as well, not many dinks or anything like that. And I managed to get it from World of Books for £6.49, and I managed to get the first volume of it quite reasonably cheap as well, around the same price. I'd have to check exactly, but it wasn't too much. Like, certainly I don't think it was more expensive. I think it was probably a little bit cheaper, but £6.49 is not bad, because afterwards, when I realised that I got a damaged copy, in fact I think I managed to get it for like £3, something like that, I looked for another copy and they were all so expensive, and it was like, damn it, because at that point I was thinking, great, I just need volume 3, and I kept looking for volume 3 and I kept seeing volume 2s for quite reasonable. Maybe it was the volume 2 that I got for £3. For volume 1 they were very expensive again, so I waited till I could get a good copy for a good price. £6.49 seemed like a good price, so I have this to replace my damaged copy. Although I don't think I'll be able to sell the damaged copy for very much without saying, hey, this is a damaged copy, guys, because if you want it, you can have it. So I might use it in some way for like a bullet journal, or scrapbooking or something like that, because although it's a shame, I can't really sell it on because it's damaged in that way. So anyway, £6.49 for Incubus to replace that. Volume 1 is very, very good. So once again, All I need to do is get volume 3 and I will have a complete Kitty Media BL set. I would be very happy to have. So I'm kind of back where I started again. But happy to be so. So the next World of Books title that I managed to pick up, I also picked up for a really good price. This was £5.49. One that I've had my eye on for a while, and one that adds to my collection, that adds to the series that I'm collecting, and that is Silver Diamond by Shiho Sugiura. This is volume 6 of the series. There is a little bit of wear and tear. There's a little bit of damage at one of the corners, but it's actually in quite good nick in terms of the pages are not too yellowed. The story's still there. I can still read it. It still has that lovely smooth matte finish on the cover. There's a little bit of damage to the back, but that's to be expected. I think if I gave it a good clean with some coconut oil, it would come up quite nice. So yeah, it's in not bad condition. £4 or £5. I'm quite happy with that, because sometimes these volumes go for quite expensive and sometimes they go for quite cheap. So I'm kind of on the lookout for them when they're reasonably priced and I can pick them up for not too expensive. I do love Silver Diamond. I think it's a great series. I love Shiho Sugiura's work. This is an incredibly long-running series. I don't know, is it still ongoing? It was up to like 20-something, 26 or 28 volumes. It's super, super long. She's done a couple of other really long ones as well. I'm trying to remember what it was. Something to do with a demon, hair, ice, something like that. Very, very long time ago. I mean, I read it on scans a long, long time ago. I can't quite remember. Which is why I know about this one, which I never finished reading. It just was like, this is so long. And it was never published all the way through with Tokyopop. They got to volume 9. So they published the first 9 volumes before they went under. And it's just never going to be published in English. We won't get the full series in English at all. You can get it in other languages though, so if you can speak other language, you should be able to pick up some of it in another language. But this is volume 6. I think I have, volume 1, 2, and 4? So I'll need to look out for 3, 5, and the rest. Yeah, so I still have, this is one of my ongoing collecting series, ones that I have actively, in search bars and things. So I will go like, oh, can I get it for a good price? Can I get it for a good price? Because technically it should be like a $6.99 type volume, but so I'm only getting a small discount when it comes to recommended retail price, but because it's been such a long time. Yeah, and they probably didn't print that many, to be fair. So to get a full 9-volume set would be nice. One day, hopefully, I will. So yeah, Silver Diamond. I'm very happy to have. The very first volume, they actually put silver over the title, so it's got a really nice quality to it, but they didn't bother that with the rest of them. But yeah. Volume 6, nice to have another one added to the collection, and for a good price too. Now the last one that I got from World of Books is a one that adds to another series that I'm collecting. I don't have too many long-running series that I'm collecting, but this is another one that I picked up recently this year, and I picked up the first few, and then I picked up another one, and this is 1001 Nights. This is volume 6 by Han Sung-hee and Jeon Jin-suk. This is volume 6 because I purchased volume 1 through 5 and then I got a really good deal on volume 7. So there was a blank space in my collection there for volume 6. And I think this is an 11 volume series. I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I'll have up to volume 7, which means there's still quite a few volumes to get, and they are a little bit more difficult, or a lot more difficult to get. But this was advertised for a really good price, £6.49. Now, I've seen this go for a lot more, I've seen it advertised for a lot more, and I've seen it advertised for around this price as well. Someone in France was selling it, or is selling it, on eBay for around £6 or £5 something, and only £1 something shipping. But then I thought, oh, I might have to pay VAT on it. So when I saw it for £6.49 through World of Books, it meant I wouldn't have to pay any extra. That was the price. No shipping, no extra things added on. So I went for it, even though the pictures on eBay looked like the person in France who was selling it was selling a really good quality copy. So I was actually really pleased that this came out in a really great quality too. It's in a really good nick for a Yen Press 1. That's quite an old title, I think. So lovely sort of not colour image at the front, but it's used a different colour to print, so it's still a line drawing. So I'm very happy to have this. I'm gonna add this to my collection, and it does now mean that I can read right through from volume 1 through to volume 7, which might be quite nice and might be more of an impetus for me to collect the rest of the series or put more effort into trying to track down the other volumes. But I do worry that it's going to be very expensive over time, so I'm gonna just kind of hang back a bit. It does look interesting. It's kind of one of those, is it fully BL? It's not really, but it kind of is, but it kind of isn't kind of ones. So it's not one that I'm like, oh, massively must purchase, but it's one that I will eventually get around to. So if I keep an eye out for the other volumes and pick them up as and when I can get them. Now, this is the last title that I have to show you today for this manga haul for June, and oh boy, is that a good one! It's a great one. It's obviously a white whale. I'm not sure if I'm saving the best to last, but I'm saving a white whale for last so that you can get all excited about it and be like, oh, I watched to the end. So yeah, this is exciting. This is exciting, guys. I did buy it from eBay through a just a private seller, and I did kind of lurk around, and I did put in a big bid thinking, how much am I willing to pay to get this title? How much is it being sold on eBay for just now? And it's being sold for 50 to 80 to 100 and something. So yeah, it's going for a lot. Who's buying it for that? I don't know, but I'm not. So I waited and waited. I did see this a few years ago. Someone that I actually bought a lot of their collection from through Germany. She was in Germany and she was just selling off her whole BL collection. Yeah, I kind of felt really sad, but I also was like, oh my god, look at the titles, I must have. So she was selling each single volume, and I was putting bids in here and there, and I was bidding on loads, and I got loads, so I was very happy. But one that I didn't manage to get because there was like 2 or 3 ending at the exact same time, and I could put in bids here and there, but I couldn't, do last minute up the bid kind of thing, which I don't usually do very often, but this one I did I hung about right to the end. I was pretty excited about it. But this one someone got for £3.85, and my bid was £3.50, so I missed out on it for like 35p. And I was like gutted because it's so difficult to get hold of now. So happy to have it. It is a yaoi novel. Another yaoi novel that's difficult to get. Another doki doki title that it has been difficult to get. It's I Want to Bite, written by Isaya Takamori with the illustrations by Chigusa Kawai. I feel so happy to have this in my collection. Yay! It's a vampire one. It's got some nice images inside, but it is just a written story. I'm interested in having, all those that are published. And this one's a rare one because it's around the same size as a manga, whereas the June manga ones are usually smaller. They've trimmed them down to a smaller size. So this one is probably going to be a bit easier to read a little bit more easier on the eye and the hands. So yeah, I want to bite. It's a difficult one to get hold of. So expensive. I think I was watching it on eBay for like £80 and then another 50 shipping. So expensive, and I just thought I'll never get it. And I kept thinking in the back of my mind, £3 or 50. Oh, why did I not bid more? And not knowing that it was going to be so difficult to get hold of. That was a fair few years ago now. But it's one that I'm so happy to have in my collection now. And it does tick off another Doki Doki title and another yaoi novel. So happy to have it in my collection. Really, really, I was very excited to get this. And so happy how well the person wrapped it for me. They were taking care that it didn't get damaged, because it's in immaculate condition. They looked after this, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bought it new and just kept it. Like one careful owner. I'm really pleased to have it. So there you have it, 9 titles altogether. If we start at the bottom, His House by Hajin Yu, that is a Net Comics title, all in colour, very happy to have that. Intense by Kyung Ha Yi, this is volume 2, Soft Sounds, in really good condition as well, lovely matte finish. Then we have another title, this is 1001 Nights, this is Yen Press. That is Han Sung Hee and Jeon Jin Suk. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. And that's volume 6 for 1001 Nights. I also got some older titles, not quite so fancy. Silver Diamond, volume 6 by Shiho Sugiura, and that is an old Tokyopop title. I then got an old Jun manga title, June manga. That is Endless Comfort by Sakuya Sakura. Very happy and very excited to have this white whale in the collection. So happy. The other white whale that I got, this is Doki Doki title by Taishi Zhao. This is Electric Hands. Very happy to have this white whale in the collection. Then I got another one, which is another Doki Doki title. This is Wolf God by Ai Tenkawa. Have no idea what this is going to be about. But happy to have it because it's another random Doki Doki that I'm not sure is BL at all. So adding that to the collection as well. Then I've got the yaoi novel I Want to Bite. This is by Isaya Takamori and Chigusa Kawai. And this is also by Doki Doki. Doki Doki only did a few yaoi novels, so I think I've got them all now, which is quite good. So happy to have that white whale. Such a white whale. And then, of course, the one at the top there is Incubus Volume 1, which is to replace the Incubus Volume 1 that is damaged in my collection, unfortunately. So, very happy to have that as a replacement. And it now means I, once again, only have one more Kitty Media title to complete the set. It does also, with those 3 Doki Doki titles, mean that I have even fewer Doki Doki titles to get for a complete Doki Doki set. I think it's Millennium Prime Minister Volume 1, Princess Plus, and maybe that's it? I'll need to check. Getting that June manga title means there's still a few June manga titles that I need to get, and I still need to collect the rest of Silver Diamond and 1001 Nights, Intense, and His House, just Volume 2. So yeah, adding to the collection and then ticking off quite a few from my 2 buys in the collection as well. No real fancy new ones, no fancy Sublimes or 7 Seas, nothing like that. So these are quite old titles, but as I've mentioned, there's some big hitters in there. White whales, big ones for me. I Want to Bite is a massive one. Electric Hands is a massive one. Endless Comfort, so happy to get. Those are the 3 that I'm absolutely over the moon to have in this month's haul. They're difficult to get hold of, so if you see them for a good price, you might want to snap them up to give them a go, read them, see if you want them in your collection. Because yeah, otherwise they are going to be trickier to get hold of as time goes on. So I'm happy to have them. It's a nice little collection. I'm not sure. I might hold off reading some of them, like I Want to Bite or Wolf God, and obviously Incubus, until like a manga freakathon. That might be quite a good time to read them. But yeah, Endless Comfort, I think I can probably pick up and just read anytime. It looks like it might be quite an enjoyable one. But we'll see. I've not been very good about getting my videos done this month at all because I've been so busy with real life. June has been hopefully a good month for a lot of people, but I have been super, super busy with real life. So not every day has been a BL day. Well, I say that. Maybe they have. I've been doing a lot of audiobooks recently, and I know I need to do a lot of like, oh, this is what I've been reading and all my other videos I really need to get on top of. So I will try my best to do that. I hope everyone's been having a good month, and the summer has made people feel better about life, and hopefully people are starting to, have more enjoyable real lives. It's still tough out there, guys, and it's still emotional, and it's still difficult. I'm still not 100% there yet in terms of happy to go out and into the world. So I'm having to push myself. So that's maybe why I've not been on Twitter. If you've been wondering, like, oh, how's she been lately? Nowhere. She's been nowhere to be seen because I'm still having issues with going out into the world. I know everyone is probably thinking the same thing. Anyway, rambling. I hope you've enjoyed this manga haul. I look forward to at least one really good title, maybe two, for next month if they arrive, and if I have time to get this video done. We shall see. Big plans for real life interactions with people, which is making me feel uncomfortable. Remember, every day is a BL day. If you made it to the end of this video, thanks so much. Consider giving it a like and subscribe if you want to. I sometimes make videos about yaoi, BL, male romance, and all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Let me know what you thought about what I picked up this month. I love the comments. I've been trying to keep up with them. I did a good job and did that. I love the comments, actually. I love the comments. So thank you so much if you do comment. I appreciate it a lot. Take care, everyone. I hope you're well. Bye.